They can't rely on their candidate. Their candidate doesn't know where he is. Forget about confusing a certain CBS affiliate. This guy will actually show up to a place, fly in, drive in, get to a podium, start to give a speech, and have no clue where he is. And worse than that, this happens sometimes in politics, he doesn't even know how to cover for it anymore. Take a listen to the latest greatest hit from presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway, it's great to be here.
Oh, that is sad. That is very sad. Because he walks up there, I don't know what the joke would be if that were a joke. That he just got confused, right? He's someplace that I guess it's near where he used to be, and then he says, "We're here at Kingman Community Center." And, oh, wait a second, I'm not there. Where am I? I'm just joking. Just joking. Definitely not in cognitive decline. Anyway, let's move on with the show. So he forgot where he was. He then forgot where President Trump wasn't.
It is not a good idea. Evidence the fact that, rhetorical question, I'm not expecting you to answer it. Do you think the president all of a sudden decided not to go to Tallahassee because he thought it was the interest of the public? He decided... Jacksonville, Florida.
So he was referring to the president now moving the Republican National Convention from Jacksonville, Florida, maybe back to Charlotte, maybe back to the White House, who knows. But he didn't even remember where that was going to be. And it's, we're having an earthquake right now at the Daily Wire. It's amazing. I hope we don't fall through the floor. That's, gosh, maybe 2020 just can't get any crazier, can it? So, in any case, back to Joe Biden. Joe Biden couldn't even remember where the RNC was going to be, then it wasn't going to be. And beyond his inability to remember where we are, Joe Biden can't formulate the sentences that will allow him to either get out of these gaffes or even just get a coherent idea apart. That's probably the saddest part of it, right? He's just kind of trailing off and, oh, yeah, sorry, I don't know. And he's not even finishing his sentences. They're just sentence fragments. He was leaving his campaign office the other day. One of his campaign staffers had to lead him out, almost holding his hand. So you can see it's a young staffer, and he's looking in other directions. And she's holding him like it's her grandpa. Like, okay, come here, grandpa. Don't talk to the reporters. The minute the reporters put a microphone in front of his face, she says, okay, thanks, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Get in the car, Joe. Come on, we can't have you talking to reporters. So they cannot campaign out in the open, right? They won't talk to reporters. Every time they do speak to anybody, it's got to be highly manicured, highly tied up. This ties in with big tech because what we have is a virtual campaign. And a virtual campaign can be manipulated. Just like a deep fake video, just like a photoshopped photograph. It can be manipulated and manicured to give the illusion of something that it's not. If Joe Biden had to campaign in person, in real life, where we all ought to be living, in real life, where we're flesh and blood and we're moving around and we're held accountable for doing real things, he wouldn't stand a chance. Trump would win 50 states and Greenland. He'd win 51 states once we annex Greenland. But because these masters of the universe can create, using Joe Biden's image, they can create a candidate out of whole cloth, he actually might stand a chance. Joe Biden also put out this statement. I'm sure he didn't write it. I'm sure he didn't even read it. But he put out a statement to try to win over some of those voters in the middle. He said, quote, I have said from the outset of recent protests that there is no place for violence and destruction of property. Peaceful protesters should be protected, and arsonists and anarchists should be prosecuted. So he's taking this stand. He's moderating for the general. He's saying, yeah, we don't want to burn down the country. Why is he doing that? Because 2 days ago, Trump launched the most devastating ad that he has yet on the Biden campaign, which is, if you elect Joe Biden, you're going to get robbed. If you elect Joe Biden, the cops are going to get defunded. Democrats are dangerous. That was the message.